Welcome back to Avalon and Ninth. Please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is week 14 of 52 weeks of fandom. I am using this kit here from Murdock Talks. I bought it around Black Friday, Christmas time, I want to say, and fully for the intention of using in 52 weeks of fandom. I know it's kind of got like fashion people in it and stuff like that, but it was like Shrek, so it was like, come on. And then I hit my tripod trying to find foil. So it did come with foil, but it didn't have enough of the full box overlays. And so I went ahead and I pulled out my my foil book that I have of my Rose Colored Days subscription and started to look through to see what frames I could use. And I hit the tripod again because, you know, not that great. Tripods are definitely there and sitting on top of my table trying to make everything look decent and good. So I did definitely wanted to have this. I'm going to segue into something while I'm just flipping here through trying to figure out what foil to pull in with it. What was it? Was it week... It was March 18th, so that was 13, 12, week 11. So in last week's video, because I did it, on Thursday the 18th, I talked about the biggest art theft that has happened in U.S. history at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. Guess what's on Netflix, you guys? OMG. I am so excited. There is a documentary about it. I'm so excited. Okay. You guys have no idea how stinking excited I am for any of this. Like, seriously. Seriously. I saw it and I was like, I just talked about this on my YouTube channel to people. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I have to watch it. And I'm watching it and it is fascinating. So those of you who've watched White Collar and stuff like that, watch this documentary. It's like something called like This Is A Robbery, art thief or something like that. I can't remember. Oh my gosh, hold on. I got my phone right here. I'm gonna pull it up on Netflix. Like, this is real time action. Oh, so this kit also didn't come with date cover. So guess what I had to do? I had to get into my stash here. See? And I've got the perfect color of purple. This is why you need a monthly functional subscription in your pocket, because this thing worked out amazing. And that green is showing up so yellow on those date covers. They're definitely more green. I am going to be researching softbox lights. So if you have any recommendations for softbox lights, please send them my way. I really want to upgrade my lighting system to get even more truer colors to my videos. I've figured out pretty well on the camera end, like when I'm taking photos, but filming, I've noticed that when I have to come in and edit, it moves some colors to the wrong way. Anyways, the title is, there we go. It's called This Is A Robbery, the World's Biggest Art Heist. Okay, so if you wanted to watch about something that I told you on a This Day in History thing here, like, I'm so excited I can't even get my words straight. Anyways, go watch it. It is absolutely fascinating. And then if you are like a fan of White Collar, go watch it, because it will just be like, why didn't you do this? What, because when you watch like crime shows, all of a sudden you become like a person who knows what the heck you're supposed to be doing. But obviously this took place back in the 1990s, so it's hard to look at things from modern eyes for stuff that's happened in history. But anyways, I was so excited. You guys have no idea. When it popped up in my Netflix suggested things to watch, I literally like jumped up and down screaming like, oh my gosh, what are going to be the odds of like me talking about this just last week and there's an actual documentary? Yeah, guys, like, I'm either you run with it. Let's just run with it, okay? Let's run with it. So, I have all of this foil. Okay, so I have all of the headers for it, and I was like, you know what? After last week and the whole foil debacle of not doing the foil on the Wizard Prison kit, which if you watched yesterday's video, ting ting ting, how did you guys like that? I actually went back and I foiled it. So if you watch the Wizard Prison kit, and was like, yeah, go foil it, but you haven't watched Thursday's video, go watch it, because I foil it, and guess what? You all were right. That kit with foil, thebomb.com. Oh yeah, I'm taking it back to the 80s and 90s, you guys, because, like, that's what, yeah, that's just me, okay? And plus my kids sit here and say that if I use any, like, Gen Z slang, that I'm just a poser. Once again, back to 80s and 90s slang. So we'll just stick to the stuff that obviously was cool during my time frame. Moving on, Coffee Monsters Co. and custom script for my This Day in History. And we have 1951. Julius and Ethel Rosenberg were sentenced to death for giving away atomic secrets to the Russians. So I wanted to do a little bit of research on this one, but I was so excited about the whole art history thing that everything just kind of like went to the wayside when it came to looking up anything for this week, because I've been sucked in. It's like a 4-episode documentary, but I really don't have a ton of time to watch stuff in, like, I have to watch them in like 15-20 minute bursts type thing. So I've been watching it for the past couple of days, which has meant that I've kind of forgot to research some of the stuff. So I then just put the headers. I'm foiling my headers as I go along. That way I don't forget them, because obviously I bought these foil headers. I'm going to use them. Okay? Gonna use them. And then I realized I wanted to alternate the square boxes with rounded boxes. So on the back of the hand it goes. But on Monday I just put that there was no activities, which is actually not true, because if you watched Monday's video, we did have Taekwondo that evening. I don't know why I'm getting the 5th all messed up. I think it's because I had so many things marked on that Monday that I'm just confused myself. Hence the reason why you should probably write things clearly when you are planning. That is a note to me, because I need to get my act together. So Tuesday, full box up at the top. And then we have, and I will have my act together for my next plan with me, because yeah, I'm not gonna make these mistakes anymore. So now I can see why people pre-plan, because then you just fill in as you go. Hence the reason why I did Wednesday's video. If you haven't seen Wednesday's video, go see Wednesday's video. So Tuesdays, This Day in History, 1909, Robert Peary and Matthew Henson became the first to reach the North Pole. I ended up doing a little bit of research, and now I can't remember her name. It was nor the year, because obviously I didn't write any of it down, because I'm not that great of a This Day in History person. Oh, somebody had asked where I get my This Day in History information from. At least I think that's what they were asking. I pull from a few different sites. I just look up on like history.com, and then, Google like, what happened in this day, and I'll just go through like the first few sites, and I will, not always, but if something's like, I'll double verify that it's something that's on other sites as well, because I don't want to completely give inaccurate information. But I want to say it was like 40 or 50, maybe even 60 years later, the first female ended up getting to the North Pole, and I don't remember her name, but I was just a little curious about that one. Wednesday, the 7th, obviously full box at the bottom. We had downs that evening. For This Day in History, 1913, 5,000 suffragists marched to the Capitol in D.C. seeking the vote for women. If you've noticed, you'll notice that there's been a trend this year that on average, probably once, if not twice a week, sometimes there's something to have to deal with, well, I probably, either civil rights or women voting. And I've just found those two things very, very interesting. I'm very much a firm believer that if you don't know your history, you don't know what you're about to repeat, because history always repeats itself. And to have a respect for that history so that we can do better. That's just kind of my philosophy. You can either agree with it or disagree. I mean, kind of is, but I really am trying to get a full range of like things that have happened in history, but obviously you can definitely see a trend that there has been a couple of things happen. So Thursday, full box up at the top, and then a This Day in History. 1974, Henry Hank Aaron hit the 715th home run of his career, breaking Babe Ruth's record. I used to be I wouldn't say a huge baseball fan, but I've been to a lot of baseball games. I grow up. You'd think I'd grow up. No. I grew up playing softball, and then had a bunch of male cousins that played baseball. And so like the baseball field was home. Sandlot was filmed over by my grandparents' house, and like the Vincent's drugstore that's in there is a place my grandfather used to frequent all the time. I have an obsession with League of Their Own. Like, I feel like if I had been born in the era of, World War II era, I would have been one of those girls out there playing ball. Like, I even still have it today, you guys. My kids will try and throw things, and I'm swatting it, and I'm like, let's get the bat, let's do it. Muscle memory is full. It makes me happy. However, baseball isn't what it used to be. I can tell you that much. So I don't even remember the last time we went to a baseball game. So I miss it though. I miss just the baseball. Just that. That's all I just want. I just want baseball. I don't want any shows with anything. I don't want any of the extra stuff. I just want baseball. So on Friday, for This Day in History, 1914, the first color film, and then you see that I write in cursive because I was trying to be fancy so that, it's the title, because I can't write in italics. I'm not that great. The World, the Flesh, and the Devil was shown in London. I have no idea what this film is, so I can't even tell you, like, what it's even going to be. And then I forgot to put my foil header down, but remembered, and luckily I was able to get that little portion up so I can get that foiled header down. And we had a movie night that night, and we watched The Parent Trap. I couldn't. My TV and search button was not wanting to work that night. I really wanted to watch, what was it, like the 1960s version of The Parent Trap, because that one's like the best. But the only one that we could find, or that at least was coming up for us when we were looking through all the videos on Disney Plus, was The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan. And so we watched that, and let me tell you, my kids were bored out of their gourd. It was like a movie fail. But my rule is that if we start a movie, we are gonna finish it. So we did that, and yeah, I can't ever get that time back, but at least I'll have the memory of being like, Mom doesn't always pick the greatest of movies. So I just went ahead and marked on Saturday that there was a youth dance. My oldest went to that one, had an amazing time. Socially distanced, like not like prom dancing, things like that. Like it was line dancing, so no couple dancing or anything like that. So, but they had a great time, just being able to socialize with people without electronic devices. I think I said that in Monday's video too. Anyways, 1866, the American Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals was chartered, also known as the ASPCA. These guys were recently out at our local Walmart, and they were just so friendly. They weren't pushy, which was amazing, because anytime like an organization is looking for donations or anything like that, some of the people can get a little pushy, but they weren't. They were just super, super nice and things like that. And, we obviously don't agree with cruelty to animals. And then all of our dogs are, all of our animals are rescues. We've adopted all of our dogs and our cat, and that will be the way that we continue to go, just because we have lucked out and feel that that's the best way to give them homes. So Sunday, This day in history, 1968, President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the 1968 Civil Rights Act. So like I said, there is a theme going on, but I definitely am trying to give just the wide gambit. Obviously, the beginning of the week we had selling atomic secrets, and then we had baseball stuff, and then we've got weird films happening in London. I mean, you never know what you're gonna get with this. So, but I mean, I'm having an amazing time doing this project. I hope you are enjoying any of the little tidbits and things like that, and whatnot. And now that we are well into April, I have to start thinking about the project for next year, because I do like to start about 6 to 9 months out in starting to procure kits for the project, because I don't ever want to be left with anything. So I'm wondering, what would you guys like to see as a theme for the next year? I know people have said 52 weeks of Halloween, or not Halloween, of foil, but I need something a little bit more specific. So leave your suggestions down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!